It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hey, guys, welcome back. And for some reason, there's a little bit of a lag, so I'm getting that under control. Guys, good morning. Good morning. Guys, over 100 people in the first minute, which is amazing. I'll get the lag under control. But in the meantime, I want to kick us off with our kind of New York promo video, and it still doesn't have everyone in it. We have more announcements coming tomorrow with Zach Peter, and I'm so excited just to share with everybody. But I also have another surprise for you guys today once we have 300 people in the room. Now, I'm going to play that promo video in case you didn't catch it on my Instagram. But in the meantime, we also have some New York news. I definitely want to go through it with you guys. We have a lot to talk about. I also dropped the call-in link in the live chat. So if you guys want to join the panel, then go ahead and click the link. I see Krista doing the makeup. I think George is also doing the makeup. Everyone's doing the makeup. All right. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and play the promo video. Don't forget to smash that like button. And don't forget it is a subscribers only live chat. Here we go. Hey, Zach, is it time to maybe announce New York yet?
All right, guys, you know the drill.
It's your boy DJ Richie Scott.
Jess from Hot Takes and Deep Dives.
Hey guys, it's Anthony Lario.
Tom Hamlin here from the Dumpster Dive podcast.
Oh yes, I will be in the building in New York City
On April 28th.
With Zach and Adam.
and we're gonna be spilling some tea.
I hope to see you there.
All right, guys. So we have a lot of fun guests joining us for New York. Again, we're going to keep on making announcements. But in the meantime, we just got some Real Housewives of New York news. I hate that I have to be an avatar this morning. That's so annoying, but that's okay. Whatever. I wanted to bring this up because we heard that Ramona Singer and Luann de Lesseps are the only two housewives returning for season 14. Plus, there is more cast members that are rumored to be joining. Obviously, Bravo has not... They haven't confirmed any of this, so we have to wait to see what they have planned, and they still might be testing a lot of these people. But here's the photo of the women who might be joining. So this is definitely interesting. Right here on the top right, her name is Lucia Huang Gordon, who, according to her Instagram profile, is a composer of the Goddess Music CDs, Goddess Celestial Realms, and Goddess Awakening. She's composed for theater, film, television, and art installations. Then on the bottom left-hand corner, where you see the puma on her hat, I believe that's what that is, right? Isn't that puma? Yeah, okay. Thank you, Sarah. Her name is June Ambrose. She is the creative director of Puma and also works as a costume designer and celebrity fashion stylist. All right. Okay. Now, right next to her is Caroline Bermudez. She's an influencer and hosts Caroline with Greg T in the morning on 103.5 KTU. And then on the bottom right-hand corner, we have Camila Forbes Matheson, who is a fashion model. That would be interesting. And then right there, lastly, in between them all, with the big smile, her name is Sandra Rippert, and she is a real estate agent for Douglas Elliman. Again, none of these are actually confirmed, but we'll have to wait and see if these women are going to be joining. You know, they gave us the completely wrong cast for the Real Housewives of Dubai when they teased it, so we have to remember that because it's not Jordan. You're okay. So we have to remember that the Real Housewives of Dubai, they gave us a completely wrong cast. But I am curious. I want to pick your guys' brains while I'm trying to figure out this camera situation. Let's see who's in the room. This looks like two totally different shows. Deborah, I agree. Ebony, hi, Rosemary. Hi, Ebony. Hi, Marae. Hi, Jamila. Hi, yes, it's me, Tools. All right. Rosemary, good morning. Julie Malone, hello. Bravo, blog bitch. Okay, how is this even possible? No, not Ramona. Trish, good morning. I see a couple new callers in the chat too. I will bring everybody up. I want to know what you guys think about this. And again, keep smashing that like button because I have a surprise as long as you guys don't tell Zach, because everybody came to me yesterday in my DMs and they were sending me, they're like, Adam, Zach went on a live and he announced some of the New York people and they were snitching them out, which I appreciate because the Addams family shows up and I said, listen, they're going to let me know what you're doing, okay? And he said, that's BS. I don't know why they're snitching on me. And I was like, because we're a family over here. So if you're running some sort of side game over there and trying to give announcements without me knowing, then I'm definitely going to hear about it. And now I'm afraid that they're going to do the same thing and share with them. Okay, so let's bring up some callers and see what you guys think about this rumored cast. Here we go. Hi, Georgia.
Hey, hey.
Okay. Hi, Sarah. Sarah, I think you're on mute.
Yes, I know. I hit mute. I don't know why, but I'm always afraid you're gonna hear me like making my coffee and stuff. Sorry.
Zoom etiquette.
If you see me right now, does it look like I have a lag?
Not right now.
You're okay.
Okay. All right. Good morning, Dr. M.
Hi.
Hi. Okay. So what are we thinking about this potential new cast? I mean, if we were asking for diversity, we're definitely getting diversity within this cast, but it looks like a completely different show.
This looks...
Yes.
None of these women look like they would be in the same room together. Now, mind you, they've been teasing June Ambrose as a potential cast member for like the past 3 or 4 seasons. I've been hearing rumors of June Ambrose joining the show for years. This looks like a hit or miss cast. This looks like it could either go really good and really truly show the diversity of New York, or it could look like a bunch of women in a room together who don't know each other, wouldn't hang out with each other, wouldn't add each other on MySpace. Like, it could either go really good or really bad for me.
All right, Dr. M, what are your thoughts?
I totally agree with Georgia Caroline on this. It could go either really good or really bad. And I don't know how I feel about it till I watch it. I may or may not watch it because I'm kind of like on a hiatus with Bravo right now. So like, I don't know till I see the trailer or the first episode. I'm on the fence with this.
Okay, and would you, Dr. M, before I move on to Sarah, would it disappoint you if it is in fact true that Ramona would be returning?
If she's returning, I'm not watching.
Wow.
I don't like Ramona. I've never liked her, and yeah.
Okay. And Sarah, what are your thoughts?
I had told myself that if Ramona is coming back, I will not be watching. I really hope that Ramona being there is wrong, that they have part of that wrong. I also agree with Georgia. It looks like these women have nothing in common, and I enjoy when the housewives have at least know each other, like peripherally. So in some way, it looks like they did like a casting call and said, "You're cool, you're diverse. Oh, you fit this, demographic. You fit this one. Let's put you in." And it following. Yes, I feel like that it's like one of those magazines where it's like, okay, let's have someone that's Black, someone that's Asian, like let's do our diversity, marketing or whatever. I guess it was what we were asking for, but I was hoping that they could find someone that had some friends that weren't just like them. Kind of like the rest of us in the world.
I also feel like, too, if they're casting this way, just like how Ebony could have been, a great fit if it would have been her friend group, but bringing her into a group of girls that she didn't even actually know, we all read the room and we could feel that. So if we're pairing together a bunch of women who don't even know because you don't learn until your first season what it's like to film The Housewives. So they're going to go through this whole freshman season of filming The Housewives and they don't know each other. I feel like if this is true, this is a disaster.
I wish they would have did the same thing for Ebony that they did with Garcelle, because with Garcelle, they ushered her in as the friend of Renna, friend of Denise, and then her next season, they let her go ahead and establish herself because she stood out, and then after that, she got to bring in a friend. I wish they would have cut straight to Ebony bringing in a friend, because the cast already needed like a shakeup. Not even a shakeup. They need a shake out. They needed to just flip the whole hat over and just knock it over. Like, just get everybody up out of there real quick. And just like let it, like, I wouldn't have minded seeing Ebony, Sonia, Dorinda, like, but it's like yesterday, I think you were saying something about they were trying to get celebrities and actresses and stuff like that. And so I was like, oh, so now y'all are trying to go Beverly Hills, where like y'all can't get organic people that we don't know and turn them into stars. So now y'all are just trying to find famous people to pull in ratings.
Right.
And that just is crazy to me.
And they started off when Bethany Frankel originally wasn't even a shoo-in for filming because she was on Celebrity Apprentice. And Andy Cohen was like, we do not want somebody who might be recognizable. We don't want that. So she wasn't going to even be a part of the first season. And then they ended up changing their mind. So it just goes to show you that the trajectory of casting and how they've changed it so much. It's really, the proof is in the ratings. It has changed the show so much. We used to get 1.7 to 2 million viewers on a premiere episode, whether it was episode 1 to the breakout one for the season, or if it was episode 11. We would get 1.5 to 2 million viewers. And now we're lucky if we get 750,000, which shows there is something seriously wrong here.
Exactly.
I think that we've gotten, oh, I'm sorry, Jordan.
No, go ahead, baby.
I was just going to say, I think that, so we didn't know who Jill Zarin, I didn't know who Jill Zarin was. I didn't know who Ramona was. I didn't know who any of these people were.
Candy was even the first celebrity to join Housewives.
Who?
Candy.
Oh, we lost Dr. M. Dr. M, just call back in. Who was the first celebrity to join Housewives?
Candy Burris.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was, and I'll be honest, I was an ABC soaps watcher, so I didn't even know Rena and Eileen. Like, I watched General Hospital, all my children. Now, granted, that was a long time ago. Now we only got like 3 soaps, but whatever. The point is, like, I didn't know who any of these people were. I was still interested in seeing their kookiness, their awesome, over the top lives, learning about them. I don't need to have, somebody that I already know. Part of it is getting to know them and getting to know their lives. And like y'all said, we can read the room and know when they're not friends. And it's just, I think that we're getting smarter as well. If we went back and watched the first few seasons of any of the franchises, we'd probably be like, but then production has also gotten a little more shady with the way that they edit and so forth. So I feel like it's the reason that the ratings are dropping, in my opinion, is it's losing any sense of reality. I use the word loosely, but these aren't their real friends. They don't talk to them when they're not filming. They have, very little in common. And then they talk and rehearse storylines. And even then, production splices things together for, the way things look.
You got girls coming in trying to play housewives.
It is true because like Vanderpump Rules before season 9 and before season 8, before they brought in all of these newbies, they were a legit group of friends. That's why it was successful, because they all knew each other. They all slept with each other. They all hung out together, but it wasn't turning it on for the cameras because this is who they were when they were off the camera. So it made so much sense. I'm going to go ahead and bring up 2 other callers with us on this subject before I keep it moving. Hi, Julie.
Hey, Adam. How are you?
Good. Good morning. Hi,
Good
Trish.
morning.
How are you, ladies?
Hey.
Good morning. How's everybody?
Good. Good. I mean, besides the lag on my camera, but that's okay. We'll make the best out of this situation. And guys, almost 300 in the room. Before I go ahead and spill a little bit of a surprise, again, don't tell Zach. But Julie, I'm going to start with you since you were in the room first. What are your thoughts on this potential new cast for Real Housewives of New York?
I will give it a chance, but I probably will not be watching. I can't stand Ramona.
Okay.
And I wonder if they fired some people, or if some of the housewives just said, no, I'm not going to come back.
I don't think that any of them are in a position to walk away from that paycheck. I mean, Sonia has the townhouse to pay for it. Leah McSweeney is by no means rich.
Right.
And then, of course, if anybody, I would think that Ebony would walk away, only because she would probably be like, I'm not dealing with these women. Not again.
Oh,
but she's been justifying being there the entire time. Like, she's never said anything negative about the show. So as far as I know, she hasn't given any implication that she'd be walking away. If she did, it would be a surprise to me. I
Right.
want to know what Ramona has on Bravo. Like, what does Ramona have on the head of Bravo that they will not go ahead and fire her?
Well,
Because
I'm sure that
everybody
there's
you have brought up
logistics
on
and
this screen over
I'm
the
sure
course of
though
your entire channel has hated Ramona.
I know, but I'm sure that there's logistics and analytics that go into it where they probably do polls and they figure out what Ramona brings as far as ratings. And as
Outrage.
crazy as it
Right.
sounds, I'm even looking in the live chat too. And when I do videos about Ramona, every once in a while, I get somebody who's like, I'm sorry, but if Ramona's out, then I'm not watching New York because she is New York. And it's like, holy cow, like she has an impact because people want to watch her crazy, which is, and Chris R just said in the live chat, Ramona brings controversy, which is not
Why
always
is that
great.
good? Why is
Yeah.
that good? Like, please explain that to me. Why is bringing controversy to to a show that y'all claim y'all use for escapism? Why is her bringing controversy now good?
I mean, the Trap
Explain that
Spot
to
also
me.
said, I love Ramona. I mean, and I know that yesterday, Trish Phillips down
I
here,
ain't
good
saying she
morning,
ain't got no
Trish.
fans, like she has to have fans, but I'm saying most of the people who are being exponentially vocal don't like her. Like,
And
we get 2 or 3 of y'all screaming, I love her, but then the majority is like, why is she here? So back to my question: if this show is supposed to be about escapism, why is a woman bringing controversy a good thing?
right.
And
Well,
I
Andy
think
Cohen
that
even
there's
said
a
on
good
Watch What.
distinction between controversy and messy. So I
Thank you.
think,
She's
and
offensive.
so I think we need to, because
She's not
messy can
messy,
be
she's
entertaining,
offensive.
but controversy and no growth. I mean, you can't be the apologizer for the rest of your life at this point and because at this point nobody believes you. And I mean, I don't know if it's going to take a situation like Kelly Dodd where a lot of people stop watching and it goes downhill even more for them to realize. But they've been protecting Ramona with that,
So the same people who are
investigation,
defending
and
Ramona
then
in the
no,
comments, were y'all
yeah.
fans of Mary Cosby too? Or were y'all the ones that didn't want Mary Cosby on when she said slanty eyes, but y'all were in defense of Jenny despite her being blatantly racist?
Well,
I'm just trying to
I,
figure out
I,
where the
I will,
line
I'm fine
is.
with both of Jenny and Mary going personally.
No,
It's
not
funny because
you.
Andy
I'm
Cohen
saying
even said on
the
Watch What
people in the
Happens Live,
comments.
though. Andy said on Watch What Happens Live, what would Ultimate Girls Trip have been without Ramona? Which it goes to show, just like he's asking everyone to apologize to Erica, he really advocates for
So
the
where's
ones
the
he wants
line
on
though?
the show. But I do
Where's
want
the
to ask
line?
Trish really quick. Trish, what are your thoughts on this potential cast? Are you buying it? Does it not? I mean, do you have any feelings on it?
I'm stunned if it's accurate. I can't believe that they would bring Ramona back. I think that she has gotten to the point of Kelly Dodd where people are so turned off by her that they're going to stop watching. I can't.
She's not
I'm
that
all,
entertaining to absolve
yeah.
being racist.
And they say that all publicity is good publicity, whether it's good or it's bad. It's bringing, people
Till
love to
your
hate
ratings start
her.
dropping.
But it's all about the money until they start losing money. And I think we're getting to that point. And if this is true that they're going to bring back Ramona, I don't mind bringing on a whole new cast. We'll grow to love them like we grew to love Bethany and Sonia and the others. But
Well, how
to
about
bring
this?
Ramona back is tone deaf, and I think it would be a huge mistake. And if maybe Andy just likes Ramona because they're both in New York and they've known each other for all these many years, and maybe he has
Right.
a fondness for her.
There's like a
But
favoritism.
I think once it comes down to cash money, then that's when changes will be made.
Julie, what are your thoughts on this potential cast?
I think that they kept the wrong two out of the former cast. And I mean, not knowing anything about the new ones, I really can't say. It's tough for me to watch Ramona, so I'm not sure if I will be watching this season or not. I don't know.
Right.
Let's keep that same energy, y'all. Like real stuff. Like let's really keep that same energy. If she's there and we
With
really
the
saying that we're
nails
not
and
gonna watch it.
all.
No, like real tea, children. Real tea. Tune in. If we're not gonna watch the the show because she's there, let's really not watch it because
Yeah.
she's there. And if y'all are gonna watch it because she's there, or if y'all yeah, if she's gone, y'all won't tune in. Stand on that too. Let's really just see how the numbers are affected. Let's trace it
I mean,
because
to
I
be
don't
fair,
understand how some like I still haven't gotten an answer. How is somebody who has a consistency of bringing controversy and discriminatory issue to a show? How is that absolvable because she's allegedly good TV? Y'all can't find nobody else. There's 30 billion people down to down to the Manhattan and all 5 boroughs. Y'all can't find nobody else who's not problematic.
well, 30 billion might be a little bit of a stretch, but
At the end of the day, they got enough.
they have enough. They have enough.
And
Georgia, Trish, Julie. Oh, Sarah, yes.
I was just going to say one more, item, food for thought, is the show continued after Lisa Vanderpump, after Vicky, there have been a lot of housewives that after Nene. So there have been a lot of housewives that have been iconic, that have been loved. Some have been problematic, but that they've been on there since the beginning, and the show went on. It may have had a bump for a season. Sometimes it didn't, but it's not like if Ramona leaves the show dies. The show is on life support right now. Yeah. And I don't think keeping a poison pill in there is helpful.
I agree.
I think they need
this. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, babe.
No, I was just going to say that nobody's irreplaceable. And I think that once the housewives, like Vicky or Nene or some of the others, once they start squawking about, this is my show, or even Jax on Vanderpump, that's when they've gotten too big for their britches, right? And that's when it's time for them to go.
I agree. Trish, Georgia, Julie, Sarah, if you don't mind, stick around. I'm going to drop you down and I'll bring you back up. I'm just going to move on to the next topic because I can't believe we spent 25 minutes on Ramona. Here we go. All right. Hold on. And guys, again, I'm so sorry for the lag and being an avatar. Oh, wait, this is going to be a whirlwind. We have our whirlwind segment. She comes in, she pops out. Before we do, guys, there's 400 people in the room. I said I would surprise you guys. Please don't tell Zach, but we have different variations of our merch coming up. I finally, for our upcoming tour, I finally got the images. We've been working on it, and I just wanted to make it fun. Zach's like, you take control over this. I was like, okay. I wanted to make it fun, pop culture-y, and just, I don't know, different than my merch. And I worked with a good friend to make it happen. So hopefully you guys like it. Before I bring up Ebony and our next topic, I'm going to put it up for like 10 seconds, and then I'm going to drop it down. We tried going with like a pop culture outline. It kind of feels like, I love the colors. I love that this one is for LA. Each city, it's going to be highlighted. And for LA, you see that there's palm trees in the back. That's the back of the shirt. The front of the shirt has the pocket. Hopefully you guys like it. I don't know. I really enjoyed the process of making it with my friend. But again, I'm dropping it back down, and then we will do a full reveal of everything on Wednesday. Let's bring up our whirlwind segment. Here we go. Hi, Ebony.
Hi. I just wanted to say a quick thing. What else can Ramona show us? Honestly, I don't really watch New York. I know a lot of people are very interested in it. But what else can they show us? It's kind of, what else can she give us? My dog farted. Oh my gosh.
You really are a whirlwind.
He farted. I just cannot believe my dog farted. He smells so bad. Anyway, but what else can they give us? Honestly, this is what housewives do. We're looking for housewives of whatever whatever area it's located at. So a lot of times they're showing us what they talk about in their kitchens, and it's getting to the point that we're starting to hear it. That's what I feel. So, and I wanted to bring that up to you because Jordan, I hear her saying that Jordan does not like what we're getting, and I totally agree with. But what else can we get from this housewives right now? We're at the point we're talking about controversial information. it's going to get to the point where they're being The View. The View, when it started off 20 years ago, was being all fluffy and light. But now The View is, other than if they don't keep rotating the cast, we're going to get a lot of like controversial stuff that we're not going to like. That's what I was thinking. So,
okay.
But if anyone else can tell me what else would they like from the Housewives, I would be interested in hearing, because I like to hear what people like to think about that. So
absolutely. And Ebony, I know that you come in and you bang it out, so we appreciate you and enjoy your dog. All right. I see Marianne Stout in the call log. I also see Krista. I'm going to bring up with Janelle. But before we do, I wanted to bring up this because I've heard this story before, but I haven't really heard it elaborated on. This woman, I cannot. Okay, guys, 425. Don't forget to smash that like button. Apparently 10 years ago, Melissa Gorga and her husband, Joe, decided to go out to dinner with Lisa Vanderpump and Ken Todd. They were invited to one of the restaurants, and the Vanderpumps decided, why don't we invite Brandi? So Brandi started getting a little bit schwasty pants, just like it says on her book, drinking and tweeting. And she was getting a little schwasty pants and decides to grab Joe Gorga's face and lick him from the bottom of his chin all the way up to the side, all the way up his eyeballs. Okay. Melissa Gorga looked at Brandi like, are you out of your mind? And Lisa started apparently laughing, saying, that's just Brandi. And Brandi kind of looked at Melissa like, what are you going to do about it? Testing the Jersey waters, which Krista, this is why I need a Krista in here, because this is not something, I feel like you don't have to be in Jersey to get checked when you're licking somebody's husband's face. And Melissa made a joke out of it. She made light of it. And she said, you know what? Do it again. Let me take a photo. And apparently at the end of the night, the Gorgas won because they had to carry Brandi to her car. She passed out. They had to carry her to her car and make sure that she got home safely. Actually, they put her in the back of an Uber and they shared an Uber with her and took her home. Brandi, you really are the definition of a hot mess, but we're here for it. Hold on. Let's bring up some callers. Hi, Krista. Hi, Janelle.
Hey.
Bonjour. Bonjour.
All right.
Bonjour. Yo, Brandi would have gotten pen slapped. Like, she would. It would have been a wrap. Like, like my husband's face without my permission. Oh, hell.
Did anybody ever actually give someone permission to lick their husband's face?
No. If they're in an open relationship and they do that type of stuff.
Okay.
But I'm not in an open relationship and I ain't doing that type of stuff. You don't get pen slapped.
Can you imagine if that would have been Teresa Giudice?
Oh God. I like that is just
rap. Flipping tables.
It would have been a wrap.
Yeah. That you need a tetanus shot. Like, you don't lick people's faces around here. Like, did you see the water and like this? Like, have you ever been to Jersey? Like, it's polluted. The water's bad. I mean, you don't want to be. Oh God.
Oh God.
Yeah, like I mean,
yeah. The Jersey Shore. I'm so confused.
Huh?
People love the Jersey Shore.
I mean, like, the Jersey Shore, but like, have you been there though? Like, have you actually seen the people and like, if you really people watch, you don't. Huh?
I've been to Jersey numerous times. You know, it's only like 15 minutes on the PATH train.
The Jersey Shore is actually really beautiful, like where we're at in Cape May. But like I'm saying, like when you don't want to lick their faces. You don't want to lick faces around here. You just don't. I mean, that's just like weird and cringe and like who does that?
I'm weird anyways. Like anywhere Jason and I go, my family gives me so much crap because there's no PDA. You would never know that we're together. We don't hold hands. We don't hug. We don't I'm just so not a touchy person, or you'll never see me kiss somebody in public. I'm just a weirdo. So let alone like if somebody came up and actually my first trip ever to New York City, I was walking through Times Square. I went to the IMTA International Model Talent Association, like competition, and which is kind of like a fluke because you pay out the wazoo to go to this competition. So I was racking up my Ruby Tuesdays checks, saved up my $5,000 and went to IMTA in New York. And I'm walking through Times Square and this girl runs up and kisses me on the face really quick and takes a photo and then runs off almost like it was like one of those things where they had a list of things that they needed to do. And I was like, she did not just kiss my face. I was like, girl, I'm about to push you off your skateboard. You cannot run up to me.
I'm such a hugger too. I'm gonna be like, Adam, or air hug Adam.
I'm gonna be in a bubble.
I know. I'm like, I said to my girlfriend, I'm like, I'm a touchy feely. Like, I'm like, I have no boundaries. Clearly, like I cross them all the time. And I was like, and they don't like, and he's like not a PDA person. And I said, but I'm gonna be sitting there like, Adam, I need to give you a hug. Just give me a hug.
I'm gonna be stiff arming Krista.
Just to mess with you. I'm just to mess with you. I'm literally just to mess with you. You know that, right?
Krista's gonna come. She's gonna come try to hug me, and I'm gonna be like,
just to like seriously, like, oh my god,
stop.
I even said to Zach, I was like, I'm gonna really try to hug Adam and make him really uncomfortable. He goes, yeah, do it. I'm like, I'll make him really.
Zach is total opposite. Zach is like really touchy feely, a huggy person, and I can't wait for you guys to see Zach in person too. Because I was joking with Zach, but Zach has like this Paris Hilton strut when he walks around, and I'm like, where is this coming from? And Zach just kind of. This is like when Zach walks around, it's almost, and I have the lag, which I hate. I wish I could redo it, but it's like.
That's exactly him.
I love it.
It does like this whole walk, and I'm like, who?
He just random stories he has in, like in the shower. He does it in the shower. He's walking down his hallway.
I love it. I'm like the confidence that comes with that walk, Zach. You are wow.
His lunch party. Oh my god, he's gonna be so much fun.
Excited. I'm so excited for y'all's show. This is gonna be
I'm like, I feel like it's Christmas. I said I haven't been excited for anything like looking forward to, like you look forward to Christmas every year. Like I haven't anything like to look for. I was like, I guess I haven't had anything to look forward to like really exciting in a long time. I'm like, I am so excited. I just
yay! It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
It is. Right. It's like BravoCon, little BravoCon.
Since we have you up here and we can't just keep it about obviously Brandi Glanville licking somebody's face, we had some more drama come up. Well, one, I have to say, if Watch What Happens Live in Bravo has no plans on bringing Tamra Judge back, and they brought this into play and said retweet this if you would like to see Tamra Judge back on Real Housewives of Orange County next season, that is shady as hell and evil.
First off, they're gaslighting us. They're legit gaslighting us because how long have we been saying we want Tamra back? We've been saying we want Tamra back ever since season 15 when we saw that first episode of season 15 and was like, this is trash. Like, this is absolute trash. Why are we watching these ladies? Give me Tamra. Even Vicky said some crazy shit. I know I'm always hesitant about saying, I'm hesitant on saying this about Vicky, even though she did follow me for like a few months on Instagram.
Does she still follow you?
No, not anymore.
Say what you want.
Because I think it's because I said some crazy stuff about her on here and she probably saw it. So, I
mean, she does watch for sure because Lisa Rinna was watching my stories the other day. I didn't tag her or anything. And I always love catching which housewives are watching. And I always am trying to catch an Erica Girardi and see if I can get her. But she's never checking it out. But I always get like a Jen Shaw, Elisa Rinna, Vicky Gunvalson, Tamra Judge. I've gotten Bethany twice. I
love that for us. I love that for us.
They be looking. They're gaslighting us. You know that we want Tamra back on the show. We've been said that. And I want to see some type of I want to see some resolution between her and Shannon because they were actual friends. And Shannon just like basically, sent her down the river when Tamra did not come back. So I want something.
But she worded herself like so strategically when she was on Watch What Happens Live because Andy knows going on Bravo, he can't have Tamra come on Watch What Happens Live and say, I'm going to eviscerate her. Let me in there, coach, because then it looks like we're pitting women on women. So that's not going to fly. But instead she came on and she's like, I was mad at Shannon. I was hurt, but really I love Shannon and I would love to have a conversation. Jason and I were dying laughing because we're like, as soon as she signs that contract, she is going to rip her apart and she is waiting for that moment. She is not going to go into that and be, oh, Shannon, I love you. And I can't believe that's where we got to. She's going to be like, oh no, it's game time.
It's game on. And
they do it to each other all the time. Don't they do it to each other all the time? It's like, you're off the show. You're not my friend. Now you're my friend. Now you're on the show. You're not my friend. Like
exactly. And I think the reason why I wanted so badly is because it was something I was listening to what y'all were saying earlier about New York and like how with housewives, we know when relationships, I think Sarah said it, we know when relationships are not authentic. We know when it's fake and you're just together for the show. That's how I knew that Noella and Jen were never going to be friends because they probably didn't really know each other outside of Bronwyn and and the show, and that's it. And I was like, okay, I don't mind that because we have a genuine friendship with Gina and Emily. So it's like, okay, you gave me some and you gave me some of this. Like, it is what it is. with Tamra, she has an authentic relationship with Heather. She has an authentic relationship with Shannon, even though she's on the outs with her. So it's just like, we watched Housewives because we were watching a group of friends get together and have fun and do things, maybe on a more extravagant scale, but like they were doing the same things that we would do with our friends. Like, yeah, like I just had friends over on Sunday and they brought over like loads of wine and liquor, and we had ourselves a good old time.
Oh, they brought over more than that. We saw you on Monday. Okay.
And
So
we
I don't
weren't
know who you're
invited.
trying to fool with
Having
that.
a party and we're not invited.
Yeah, side smize over there.
Let me just say,
she's snide.
I had a good old sleep. I slept for like 10
You
hours.
look like you look like you're
Yeah,
still
you look
recovering.
refreshed. You look like you had a great sleep.
I was a great sleep, y'all. Anyway, but you know, it's like these are things like me and my friends did, and like we see it on TV, but they're just doing it in like Saint-Tropez or Cabo or you know, or in the south of France or whatever they're going. You know, it's like those type of things that we enjoy watching that stuff. And like, and when you put these group of women together and you can tell they don't really have authentic relationships, it gets boring. And it's just like, okay, why am I watching?
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna move this conversation on. Philly Diva, you look great, by the way. I'm gonna bring up Philly Diva. I'm gonna bring back Sarah, Trish, Georgia. But before I do, we do have some Beverly Hills news. Of course we do. I know you guys are gonna hate this, but she actually came in with a look, and it's a killer look. And this is for her intro, apparently. She called herself Erica Rabbit.
I was just gonna say she looks like Erica or Jessica Rabbit. But wow.
That's
That's a weird piece if I've ever seen one.
going to hate on Erica Jane's interview looks. I mean, the woman knows how to fashion. The fashioning, the makeuping. She knows what the hell she is doing. The mathing with Erica Jane.
She does a good face. She does
of that horrid reunion look this past season.
Oh yeah.
Through. She looks really thin there. She looks like she's back in shape. I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
That's called Facetune. Don't fall for it.
I was gonna say, I was like, oh, you can do your body?
Before we move on we have to talk about some Britney Spears, but I want to bring up the rest of this Beverly Hills news as we go. This came out, and it looks like Kyle Richards. Well, Lisa Rinna is not the only one who is posting cryptic posts. Lisa Rinna even commented on this, but Kyle posted, "Letting things slide to keep the peace only starts a war inside of you." Also posted, "It's not the stab in the back that kills you. It's when you turn around and see who's holding the knife." #shitology. And Lisa Rinna said, "I'm just glad someone else is posting cryptic shit besides me." Now, we were doing some digging and we heard that she was posting this about her sister. And I'm like, I hope that is not true. I hope that is not.
I hope Kim, because they always.
Didn't Radar Online have something about Kim's daughter's missing or something? Or
no, Kim's daughter, her husband is the heir to the Fat Burger fortune and Johnny Rockets. So his dad apparently is being investigated for money laundering within the company. And technically Kim's daughter's home was raided. They took the phones, the computers, all the tax documents. And they're also allegedly in trouble with the IRS. So it's a lot, but there's still more for Beverly Hills because PK likes to do a see you next Tuesday of the week. And apparently his brother is on the same level. So Paul Kimsley's brother, Steve Kimsley, slides into Dana Wilkie's DM, calling her a see you next Tuesday amid PK.
He's got I'm so over these childish men. Like, oh my God, they bore me to tears. Of course you're gonna slide into someone's DMs, call her names, and then drop the F out. Like, go cry over IG and go somewhere with yourself. Like you sound so immature and ridiculous. Like, stop it. Listen, we get it. You want a diamond on the show, but not even the women on the show do that type of stuff because they're better than you all. So stop it.
You should be thanking her.
Next Tuesday, I was gonna play Dana's audio, but after this past week and playing the clip that had a copyright claim, I'm not gonna play her audio because who knows? I just don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. But you guys can go listen to it on her Patreon. She talks about, if you're even interested, PK's brother was actually slamming the hell out of her, calling her Shrek, allegedly calling her an ogre, saying all of these insane things to Dana. And Dana, of course, is going to talk about it. It's her job. And now she's a part of the story. So I'm not surprised that she is bringing this up. And
that's disgusting to keep calling her the C word and like over some drama. Like she's a content, you know what I mean? This is what her job is. And like, he's just has a personal problem with her. Like that's just gross.
He just doesn't like the fact. Here's the thing: Dana was on the show, and yes, she was only a friend of, and she was only on for one season, but she was part of that world, whether you like her or not. So she probably knows information that the rest of us would not be privy to.
She does.
And does not like that this woman has access to his world, and is speaking on it. You know what? She's making a coin, just like he makes coin off of other stuff that we look at him crazy for, but we just go, okay.
He's even talking about him. Like he's lucky he's even got somebody talking about him. Like
he wants people talking about him. That's the reason why. Like Dana's gonna rake in with this when it comes to like viewership on her YouTube channel and people subscribing to her Patreon, so on and so forth. So girl, get your check, do your thing. PK, stop it. You look terrible. This is not a good look for you. You're acting like an immature brat. I said it. You look crazy. You're not the one holding the diamond, and not even your own wife would do something like this. So it's just like, stop while you're ahead. Like, we know you want your own reality show, and obviously Bravo is not buying it.
Where is Nene Leakes right now when she's like, stay out of women's business?
Stay out of women's business.
Okay, we're going to bring up a couple more callers before we actually move on to the Britney Spears tell-all memoir that she just signed a $15 million deal for, because that's your ASS. I am ready to hear all about that, which really I did a poll asking you guys if it was something you were interested in, and 55% said, I don't think I will be.
I saw that. I was like, I said yes.
I was shocked.
Because so much of what's gone on. Yes, Philly Diva, come through with that red lip. If you don't have that red lip, come through.
Wait, hold on. I'll put my red lip on.
Listen, and I'm sitting here doing my order.
And with the gold hoops. Oh, God, you. Hello. Hello.
I love you. Like,
you better come through.
I'm just. Shout out to.
I'm about to go see her. I'm about to go see Philly Diva.
Philly Diva's like, shout out to Rena Beauty. What?
No, not that heifer. Shout out to the lip bar.
Black owned business. Yes.
Yes. I will never support Rena until she can start holding herself accountable. Like she holds it for everybody else. Yeah. Yeah. I'm multitasking, guys. So onto this Bravo universe.
Okay, I wanted to ask you really quick, Philly Diva, the cryptic post from Kyle Richards saying that, somebody stabbing her behind the back and turning around and seeing exactly who's holding the knife. We heard that this could potentially be about her sister, one of her sisters. Do you think that's true, or do you think this could be a Lisa Rinna situation? Who do you think she would be alluding to?
Here's the thing. It is about all of it. Please, let's not forget that Kathy Hilton did not like the relationship between Kyle and Rinna when Kim was going through it. Right. That was part of their beef, was that how close she let Rinna and everybody else, and primarily the show, come between the sisters. As that was her opinion. That's how she felt people were coming in between the sisters, and she let other things in. I have a feeling all of this is intertwined. Like the sisters, like Kim is somewhere in there, and Kathy is always going to protect Kim.
Right.
Kathy is always going to protect Kim no matter what.
She's kind of the underdog in the within the sisters.
So I think there's something going on with Rinna doing something, like just being Rinna. Like at the end of the day, I think Rinna's being Rinna, and she's coming first in that family. And Kyle is going to stand up for her show and her position on the show and her alliance with Rinna.
Oh boy.
Like this is against my opinion, I'm gonna just give y'all my allegedly.
That would be really sad though.
That would be so sad, especially when your sister didn't talk to you for a decade. Now all of a sudden you're gonna.
They just made up over stuff like this.
Yep.
So I'm hoping that it's not Kyle reverting to her selfish antics of the show first, the alliances first, production first, all of those kinds of, kind of self-centered things that I don't want to say she would say LVP does, but stories are still coming out and LVP isn't on the show.
She gave up a lot of friendships, or she gave up LVP's friendship for the show. I mean, that would be really sad, though, the fact that their relationship fell apart and she chose the show. Would just prove that her and Rinna are just thirsty and they didn't care, like what they pulled last year. And then if they go against, that would really be sad.
I just see that happen. I hope it's not it. I really hope it's not it.
I'm going to be hopeful and maybe naively optimistic that this is not about Kathy, that it's about someone else in the cast, because why would you bring your sister on the show? I understand people bringing their family members on the show for a storyline and for the cause drama and stuff. I'm just going to be cautiously and naively optimistic that this is not about Kathy. That it's about somebody else. I need the richer sisters to get along.
I know. I was so excited when Kathy. I was like, all right, we have a nice friend. I thought it'd be great with Kyle, Kathy, and then I thought Kim maybe a friend of, but now I don't think it's in her best interest. But I was like, that would be amazing if the three sisters could be on there, and then we could get rid of Erica and Rinna, have maybe Dorit. And
I don't think it would be healthy for Kim to be on the show to begin with. I'm going to bring up another caller with us, and then I'm going to bring up our original panel too, to talk about the Britney Spears, because I see her below saying, "Tap me in, Sarah. I see you."
Yeah, so I'm wondering if it's Kathy thinking they should bring Kim in, and that maybe the fighting became, this isn't going to be good for Kim, or Kathy thinking we'll protect Kim, and it's like, Kathy, you have been in a insulated kind of protected bubble where you've got all this money and clout, and we're not going to be able to do that with these ladies, and it's not going to be good for her. So I wonder if there's some disagreement about the way that Kim should be handled, because I do think that the older sisters think that, there's probably some handling that they need to do because of Kim's history.
Well, and the thing is, too, for Kim too, Kyle and Mauricio pay Kim's bills right now.
Yeah.
She lives in one of their townhouses, so I'm sure they would love for her to grab a paycheck. But then when you have somebody on your cast that's so reckless to go around to the other women and say that this woman is near death because of her sobriety journey, that's
would be
want my sister to be
Brenda's not a
exposed to
healthy
that.
friend to be around. She's a toxic friend.
Yeah, and my second opinion, or my second thought, is along Janelle's lines of, if it is somebody else, I'm trying to think of a situation where Kyle didn't have Rinna's back, because Rinna turns on everybody.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of a Kyle Rinna situation, and I haven't. And that doesn't mean there isn't one, but I'm wondering if for her, maybe she feels a little betrayed if Rinna's done something to her.
Right.
Because maybe it's her time as Rinna goes through the roster.
Mm-hmm.
So, and like y'all said, I'm being optimistic. They just made up. I hope that it's not, I hope that maybe it's, because when she also talked about pushing her feelings down and then things explode, sometimes that's also with family too, because you're like, I'm gonna bite my tongue. I'm gonna. Yes, and
the reason why I'm optimistic is because of that moment they had during the reunion, where and it was one of the parts where I was like, I paid attention.
I cried. I was crying.
I cried too when I saw them.
I was happy for them. Yeah.
When I saw them hug and make up and realize how stupid it is not to talk to your sibling for
10 Christmases,
so
like 10 years.
There's a lot of people out there who don't get along with their family members, and for good reasons. And I'm not promoting just make up with them because of your blood. But if you all had a genuine relationship and you all genuinely love each other and you want to communicate, then yes, make up. And that's why that moment was so beautiful. So it would break my heart to know that if these cryptic Insta story posts It's about Kathy. And like, yeah, we don't know what Kathy is behind the scenes. Like, just like Paris said, like they all put up facades. Paris Hilton
Right.
does that all the time. So, but still, I would hope it's not somebody within the family. That's
I think they're like, starting to feel like they're messing with us because they're like, us trying to put cryptic posts out. So we're like literally talking about it, trying to figure it out every day. And we're like going down rabbit holes and we're talking about it. We're talking about it.
Well, since we're talking about
pulled together a whole bunch of random posts and then passed them out to everybody and then said like, hey, you post on Tuesdays, you post on Wednesdays, just screw around with everybody's minds.
Just put a name in a hat.
I think honestly, I have my own conspiracy thoughts because when I dropped Mary Cosby's parents interview, it was so funny that there were no Mary interviews going out. There was nothing salacious going on with Salt Lake City. And then boom, the day that I dropped the trailer, all of a sudden, all of this drama comes out. Mary's doing interviews. And then the day that the actual interview came out was the day that it was Jenny Wynn, let's fire her. And I was like, am I getting off put by, are they trying to water this down so it doesn't get out as far as, like, because they didn't know what was in. Again, it's just a conspiracy thought. But since we're talking about broken families, I'm going to drop you ladies down and bring you right back up. I have to move on to Britney Spears.
Oh, can I just say one quick thing about New York?
Yeah.
I don't think June Ambrose is going to join because she's connected with Jay-Z and Beyonce. And Jay-Z and Beyonce, they value silence when it pertains to loyalty. I do not think she will join the show because June is great in her own entity. Like if you follow her on Instagram, she's an amazing woman.
She is everything.
She is everything. But she got her start in the industry because she started styling Jay-Z. And she is very close friends with their family. And to the point, like when she turned 50, both Jay-Z and Beyonce were at her 50th birthday dinner. So I do not think she'll be on the show because I don't think she wants to risk that relationship for Real Housewives in New York City. If this is what Bravo's calling diversity, you can go somewhere with that mess because I do not understand why Ramona is still on the show. We see Ramona, she has shown us who we are. She has shown us who she is.
Where is Jordan with the nail taps right now?
Like
she's not. She's past the part of like we got to take our producer hats off because she's past that. Like her drama is not even worth it.
It's not.
She's so problematic.
Storyline. Now she's a real estate agent. What has she sold?
Who else can she sleep with? They've all slept with the entire city of New York. Her and Luann. Bars that go out.
Now, without June, because I don't want her sacrificing her, her coin, okay, and her connections. But if you take out Luann and Ramona and you have these other women and then you sprinkle in some more diversity, I bet you would have a show and I bet you it will be interesting. I do not need Ramona for the drama.
1,000% agree with that because that would be, they don't even look right in that whole picture. It seems like it would be a divide and it would be such a divide and it would be like we had last year. Like it just didn't make sense. Yeah, forced doesn't make sense.
It feels extremely forced. And
there's no Leah in there either, huh?
And it's like, well, because Leah don't have a storyline. Bye. And Ebony's too good for the show. But it's like I would say it's like I bet you ask those other women like what their friends are. I bet you they're going to be a lot more interesting, and we're going to see a more cohesive unit on Real Housewives. Yes, it may take a season or two for them to like bump up the ratings because people have to get used to them. But I bet you by that second or third season, it's going to be lit.
Well, and a lot of people will watch first season just because it's like, oh, who are these women? Curiosity factor.
Right.
At least that's my, I know I would just because I'm nosy. I'm nosy.
If it's all of these women in their freshman season, I think that it wouldn't make sense to bring them on because one, they're not well versed in filming for Housewives yet, and two, if you're bringing on a bunch of different random people and we're watching them all meet each other, this is not the dynamic that we want. I think it was Janelle. It was maybe Janelle or someone else on one of our live panels one day who said, "Bring in Faye Resnick on Beverly Hills because we want to see context behind the relationships. Like we want to see real relationships." And I even see Georgia giving me the finger right now. I see it. So I'm going to go ahead and...
they could bring in different women, though. I mean, Ramona, Sonia, bring back, somebody from a prior season. I know you got to move on to Miss Spears, but go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna drop you ladies down, and I will bring you back up with Trish Phillips. I see Dr. M, Marion Stout, Georgia Carolina. I will be right back. All right, here we go. Da, 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 da. Philly Diva giving us a pose on her way out. Okay. All right. So let me go ahead. Guys, 500 people in the room, smash that like button and let's talk about this because this is important. Everything we know about Britney's record deal. So Britney Spears is ready to share her story from the beginning. The singer has reportedly signed a history-making book deal for a tell-all memoir about her career, personal life, and controversial conservatorship. And you could see where she gave us a hint way back when. And it's Britney Spears, and she captioned this, "Shall I start from the beginning?" This was old from January 12th. It's not that old, but now we're hearing that she has signed a $15 million deal with Simon & Schuster, which is the second or third biggest deal ever behind Bill Clinton's My Life and also the Obamas. They signed, I believe, $15 to $17 million deals as well. But for Britney Spears, I asked you guys in the poll, is this something you would be interested in? And 55% of you said no. So I have to hear, and I'm sure not everyone in our panel will always agree. So that's why I love to ask everyone. Pam Norris even said couldn't care less about Brit. So that's what I'm saying is a lot of people don't want to hear Britney's side of the story. But for me personally, after they held this woman captive, they were spending her money. This conservatorship screamed fraudulent all over it, which I don't know. I wasn't in it. But then all of a sudden, when her dad is kicked out of the conservatorship, he's advocating for the conservatorship to be over. Britney's about to just rip them all apart. And she even said before, she's like, oh my gosh, God, please be with my family because when I put this information out there, it's going to be rough. All right, let's go ahead and bring up some callers. Georgia, I saw you saying tap me in. Trish, hello.
Yeah. Hello again.
All right. Hi, Janelle. I'll be rotating callers. Okay, so this is something that I'm going to keep it to 4. That way we don't have a echo, but I want to know what you guys think about this. Is this something you'd be interested in? Because I think Jamie Lynn Spears thought her book was going to be a huge hit. And her book was The Things That I Should Have Said or something to that effect. And then she did that interview on Good Morning America. And then she's like, I'm not trying to make money off of this book. But then why else are you doing a book? Which made no sense to me. And Britney—
Why don't you just do a YouTube channel?
Right. Just do a YouTube channel. Okay, so I'm going to start down at the bottom with Trish, and I'm going to make my way around. Trish, what are your thoughts? Will you be reading this memoir?
I probably won't purchase it. I'll wait for it to come to the library. I probably will read it because I love reading autobiographies and biographies and memoirs in general to try to understand, what makes people tick and how they get motivated. And I think her story is particularly interesting, even if you're not a fan of her music. I know in Virginia, they've published a number of articles recently in our paper about the problems associated with conservatorship. And so I'm interested in that part of it and how she was basically under conservatorship for so many years. I understand maybe when she had her meltdown in, 2006, 2008, and shaved her head. And I can understand why people were concerned. But how many, was it 15 years that she was
13?
Under the control?
Altogether.
Yeah, 13.
And that's a tragedy. So
it was so sad too because she couldn't pick out the colors of her cabinets. She couldn't see her kids unless she took the medication that they wanted her to. She couldn't leave.
She
her
couldn't
room.
drive herself to Starbucks.
Yeah, that's scary.
And
that's scary.
In her room with a tray.
To think that somebody with that much money, influence, power, platform, voice, etc., to think that someone like that could, be put in that position should be scary for all of us. I mean, that could happen to any one of us. So I'm, and like I said, I know there've been some articles recently in Virginia about the problems associated with, conservatorship and abuses of conservatorship. So I think I'll read the book, but I'll wait for it to come out at the library. What about you all?
Okay, Janelle, I'll let you go next.
I love that you said you'll wait till you get at your public library. Support public libraries, y'all. I love that.
Support public libraries.
Yes.
I actually used to work at one. Shout out to Abbeville Memorial Library. I still love y'all.
Hey, when I went to school at Wellington High School, I used to skip my lunch because I didn't want to hold hands with my fake girlfriend in the courtyard in front of everyone. So I would tell her that I was lunch A, but really during lunch A, I was in the library swiping library cards because I would just lie. And then for lunch B, I really had to work in the library. So I just worked a full shift. Shout out to public libraries.
Yes.
Shout out to your ex-girlfriend.
Right.
I'm going on
Shout out to your ex-beard. Well, can we get that interview? Can we get a vlog? Can we get an Insta story or something with her? Because I want to talk to her. Just send her to my channel. I'll do the interview. It's fine. Call me, girl.
Okay. You leave her out of this. Janelle.
That's right, Adam. And you said that you wanted to start bringing in more personal stories on your Up and Adam. So
I'll do a sit down with the both of you.
I did say that, and then Jason, he didn't even know that I posted that poll. I posted a poll that had over 2,000 votes, and 70% said yes, do a separate, because I didn't want to do a story kind of time on this channel. I would do a separate channel. But Jason sat me down and he's like, I love you, but are you out of your freaking mind? We have so much coming up. There's all of this stuff coming up in April. There's so much to prepare for. And you're going to add another I had like a 10-minute lecture. And I was like, okay, I'll wait until after the tour. Well, wait.
Yes. Listen, don't add yourself to the storyline just yet. Give yourself a beat. Give yourself a beat.
I was about to say, you can create the channel. You don't got to upload to it until later. Just let the subscribers run over to it. Let us go over and click it and just wait for the content. Maybe give us a little short and be like, hey, I'm doing this, but it's not going to be until after the tour because you know I got a whole bunch of checks to collect, but I'll see y'all later. Bye.
Okay. So now, what are your thoughts on this, Brittany? I know, Trish, I'm doing the same thing with my hands right now. You just can't see it because of the lag. It would be so annoying. But Janelle, what are your thoughts on this memoir? Is it something that you would be interested in, or is it a no?
Well, I mean, for me, I love a good memoir. I love biographies and autobiographies. I read them all the time. So for me, that would not be a stretch. So I would definitely read it. Also, I'm an original Britney Spears autobiography because I got her authorized biography when I was a kid. Used to use my allowance money to get it. So I love me some Britney. So I'm gonna read the one that she actually writes. But I want her. Okay, I want a whole saga. Okay.
You want a book series, honey. We want a trilogy.
I want, because I feel like it's a lot. I feel like there's a lot. And she is not being held down by NDA. So boo, I want all the info. Give it to me.
I don't think she'll hold back. She said she wouldn't hold back. And I think that she's honestly probably, which she has a right to be. I think at this moment, she's so pissed after being held captive in her home like that she's like, you know what? No one went out of their way to protect me. So I am not going to go out of my way to protect you guys. I'm going to mention it all.
Exactly. And that is the reason why I want to see it all. Okay, this is what I want her to do. I want her to do a sit down with Oprah because Queen Oprah, love her, like Harry and Meghan. I want
not
to
Oprah.
Yeah, yes, Oprah, all day, every day. I want to see her do a sit down with Oprah. I want it to be a series like Harry and Meghan was because I ate that shit up with a spoon. Okay.
What?
And then I need to see her, and I need to see the autobiography. I need her to do a full-blown book tour. Okay, I don't need her to perform because she's done enough.
I don't
need you have done the work, Brittany. You may take your rest. Okay, you have given us hit after hit. All right, like listen, I listen to You Drive Me Crazy before I go to Orange Theory because I need inspiration because it's the music.
She probably think about all the songs that she's got. That she's probably ready to come out with because she has not been creative for the last 13 years, right? She said that as
also,
long as...
If y'all think Brit is writing this herself, we know she got a ghostwriter. We're not dumb.
I mean...
Y'all know she got...
Well, I'll wait till y'all...
she'll have a ghostwriter for sure, but it'll still be her stories. It'll still be her stories.
Exactly, but I want there to be the biggest media blitz for this book. I want everything because she deserves it. Like she couldn't even take Motrin if she wanted to. Like you got a headache. What would you do when you have a headache? You would go and get your whatever you use to get rid of the headache. You have to ask permission to use a Motrin. Girl, bye. Give me everything. Give me everything, sis. I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here for it.
Georgia Carolina, what are your thoughts? Is it a memoir that you would want to read about?
Listen, if this book is going to be anything like Britney's testimony in that court case, or like her recent Instagram captions, like when she posted about Jamie's book, I'm ready to read all of it. Because I have a collection of memoirs, autobiographies. Those are the only books, like physical books that I read. Actually, here's the one I'm reading right now. Hold on. I don't know if y'all can figure that out.
Pull back. No,
I Want to Tell You by O.J. Simpson.
Girl.
That's what I'm reading right now.
Just ripped Janelle over Oprah.
What's he trying to tell us? What's OG trying to say?
I'm just trying to get to him saying that he did it, because we all know he did. Plus, I'm working on a video right now about OJ, but that's another. Watch the video. I'm gonna do on it later. Anyway. So when it comes to Britney, I want to hear this just because, like, I'm an older fan of Britney. I think that a lot of the newer generation kids that are hearing about this story, they grew up with, like, Britney in the midst of the conservatorship. They don't remember Britney at her peak. Now she's just that lady that dances funny on Instagram. And those ugly brown pumps. But
don't talk about
listen, don't blame me, blame Heather McDonald. But she, like, I just, like, there's so much career to talk about. Like, not that I was old enough, but I remember seeing, like, old, like, videotapes of, like, the Mickey Mouse Club with Britney and Christina on it. Like, I remember watching her video of her singing like a grown woman on Star Search back when she used her real voice. Like, there's so much career to talk about. There's so many things going on in her. Like, I want to read the book. Plus, I just, like, a part of me wants to skip to the chapters when she addresses Jamie Lynn and her family and then jump back and read the whole book when she talks about her whole career. Do you get what I mean? Thank you, Christian. Like,
I want that chapter too by Kevin.
I want the chaotic chapter. Please name that chapter chaotic. Please. Like, I remember that reality show when it was all shot on her BlackBerry. Like, she shot the whole show on a BlackBerry. Like, it was crazy. Not literally, but that's what it looked like. But
Jordan, how old is Britney now?
40.
She's late 30s, early 40s.
I thought she was 40.
So she's got.
I don't know the exact age, but I think she's late 30s, early 40s. She's somewhere in that age. She's somewhere between 37 and 43.
She turned 40 last December. She turned 40 in December.
Think about how much more she could give in terms of her creativity if she's allowed to, you know, grow and develop and blossom and be her best self. I mean, she's got.
And if she can recalibrate back to the performance style she used to have. Can we talk about? I don't necessarily want it, but if it's an option, I just hope that she gets back to, like, the last time we saw Britney at peak performance style was the Onyx Hotel tour. And then everything after that has been painful to watch. But like, watching Britney perform in these past years has been painful.
I agree with Trish on this too. She has so much, like, we still see Madonna and Jennifer Lopez. We see so many women who are incredible performers. Yes. And I think a book would be great for Britney to get this out. But I think that she'll come out now that they don't have control over her music and have control over signing deals for her and her performances. If she really wants to, because I know she said, "You'll never see me on stage again," but that was during the conservatorship.
Well, she said while she's under the conservatorship.
Yeah, and that's how we'll really get to hear from Britney, is through her artistry.
Imagine if imagine if Britney released with this book an album of unreleased songs that she wrote and recorded during this conservatorship.
Yeah,
I would love it.
Imagine.
I think for me, the reason why I say I don't want her to perform again, it's not because I don't think she's a great performer. She's amazing. However,
was.
Listen, she did the dance.
Are you guys going to agree over anything today, Oprah, OJ, or Britney?
Listen, we love each other. We are sisters, but that's why we do this. Okay, like, bonjour, sis.
Yes.
We're the yin and yang of your channel right now.
There you go. But I think I just want her to do it on her own terms. Like I do not want. I want her to do it the way she wants to do it, and we will buy the ticket and go see it. I feel like 100%. The presidency was not her idea. She did it because she probably did it because, and this is my opinion, there was a lot of money going out and not a lot of money coming in.
Yes.
And a lot of money was going out was of people using and abusing her. So
right. Jamie spent $30 million on lawyers alone.
That's
just think about that. She started with over $60 million.
And normally in a conservatorship, the person who's in charge of you is not getting paid. Like this isn't. It's not like a paid
on top
position.
Of his salary.
Right.
Yes.
And then people need to realize also about the music industry, the real money is in the songwriting. If you wrote the song and if you produce the song, that's where the coin really come through. Britney did not write a lot of her hits, if any.
Shout out to Carrie Hilson.
And so, bonjour. So that's what I'm saying. It's like there's a lot of money going out during this was going out. And not a lot going in. So she has to do something so she can still maintain the lifestyle she's accustomed to that she worked for. Let's keep it all the way.
I hope she goes indie and creates an independent label where she can do whatever she wants to, exactly how she wants to. This goes all the way back to the Glory album cover when they made her change the album cover to the one of her face. And then when the album hit streaming services, she got to change it to the one of her wrapped in the chains. And people thought that was a signal. Like just little stuff like that. Like I like is that gonna be in the book? Like it's just little things like that I want to hear. But we will agree on this, Adam. I want to see it only if it's under her own terms. Like I want her to be running the ship. Start your own label, girl. Don't go back to RCA. Jive is a done deal. Like leave everybody else alone. Like just go and start your own Britney Jean records, start Cheese Grits records, whatever it is. Go and do your own thing. Brown Pumps draws Instagram video records, whatever it is, just go and do it on your own terms. Because I want to see her like, what if she had a whole like Joanne era of just stripped back music where it's not this overly produced pop where she's using this hey baby and she gets to actually sing. Like, what if we get what if we don't get the Alvin and the Chipmunks Britney voice on the new album because she actually gets to sing?
I mean, technically, we got Paris Hilton, who eventually came out with her real voice. So, listen, I know that we're an hour and 12 minutes in. I'm going to go ahead and rotate some callers because I know that we have a full list down in the bottom. But I want to say, Trish, Georgia, Janelle, thank you so much for helping us kick off this Tuesday right. And also covering some of these topics, which they're not always the easiest to cover. And I love that we can agree to disagree and disagree to agree. I don't know, but it's great. Thank you guys, and I promise tomorrow when we come back, I will not be an avatar. So
yeah, don't be an avatar. I mean, you have a very nice avatar, bonjour. But
hey, thank you.
I just hope
you're a better
Britney,
avatar than some.
I just hope that Britney gets her Janet Jackson moment when Janet came out and said, "I'm in control." When she finally broke free of whatever restrictions she was under as a young girl, and she came out with that album and. She was like, I'm in control. This is my own voice. And that's what I'm excited to see from a grown-up Britney.
Right. I agree.
Wouldn't it be funny if like Britney and Janet did like a talk with each other and they talk about Justin, how he really is behind closed doors?
No. We left out of it. Georgia, thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and bring up some more callers. You guys.
I just like to be messy, even though I do like me some Justin, but I'm messy.
Oh my gosh, you are messy, and we do know what you were up to on Sunday. Let's say that, okay?
Listen, I've been having a really good weekend. I can't, it is what it is.
Well, snap back into it. It's Taco Tuesday.
I forgot.
No, don't forget about Taco Tuesday.
I'm not gonna forget about Taco Tuesday, but anyway, bonjour, au revoir.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and bring up some more callers. I hate this lag. Jason's literally texting me right now, and he's like, "Are you on the right Wi-Fi?" And I'm sending him screenshots. Like, yes, I just have to reset it. I don't know what's going on. And by the way, yes, guys, I saw a couple messages in my DMs asking me if Jason made it to Idaho. He did make it to Idaho, so thank you all for asking. I appreciate you. I'm going to ask Sarah, Team Adams fam, I'm gonna ask. Okay, and then let's also
First,
bring up.
I need to get nails. That like I was yelling at my phone like, I'm gonna go get nails.
Yes, it's the nails for me with Jordan with the nails. I can't, but I'm gonna go because we're an hour and 15 minutes in. In order to help us end this off, I wanted to ask you three ladies, what were your thoughts on the Britney Spears memoir? Is it something that you'll be interested in? And then as we go around the room, I'm going to cut us out, and I'll start with Sarah.
Yes, I do want to read it. I am a couple years older than her, so to echo some of the other thoughts, definitely saw her going through everything, but also her prior life. Also, I know you'll probably agree, Emily D. Baker has a lot of great coverage on all the law stuff. So that's gotten me really interested as well into how and why. So yes, I will be reading.
All right. I think, okay, so you weren't a part of the 55% who voted no, Sarah. We appreciate you. And I'm
there for it.
I saw your messages on Instagram. When I get off of here, Jason has me running the dogs to the groomers, going to get them a rabies shot. There's like 3 other things that he's running me around to do. And then I got to fit in my pre-records. And then I have date night with the ex-girlfriend. There's a lot happening.
Oh
but
I am all for you doing your thoughts and everything in April, and then like May, June, start up the extra channel, and yes, the ex-girlfriend can, and you can definitely be interviewed by Jordan. I'm endorsing this.
I'm gonna go on a rabbit hole.
She barely talks. She would literally be like, she would literally look at it. She's like, Adam, why am I staring at this camera? I don't know what that, like, she would have no time. She'd be like, no way, I'm not doing this. But Sarah.
All right. I will not harass you about it right now since we got to wrap up. I'll harass you about it later.
All right, Sarah. We'll see you soon. All right. Bye, Sarah. All right, Philly Diva, we're going to go to you next. Is this a memoir that you will be entertaining or no?
I'm going to say I will be entertaining. Again, I am of a certain age, so I remember Britney when she first came out. True T, I really wasn't into her then. It's more so the phenomenon of Britney that I can appreciate. So as far as if she wrote a book, I would listen to it on Audible, so she would get my coins that way. As far as sitting down reading her book, I don't know if I can put that kind of thought and energy into her. Nothing against Britney Spears. I know people love her, and she is very, integral to pop culture. Not taking that away from her. Yeah, I'm gonna just have to listen to it on Audible or wait for the Lifetime movie.
I'm sure there'll be one.
I'm sure there'll be one, but not one of the Wendy Williams versions of a Lifetime movie, like a real one.
Oh, that was so bad.
Oh, okay. Okay, Philly Diva, thank you so much. And we know that you're busy over there working on 10 different things. Tell your daughter we said hello.
I will.
And hey, thanks for gracing us with the red lip today. We appreciate it.
Well, I'll try to put on some makeup. You ladies.
You don't have to ever put on makeup. Thank you, Philly Diva.
It's okay.
You're so pretty today.
All right. All right. That leaves us with, last but not least, Krista Marie. Are we entertaining the idea? Or... Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think I don't know why, just for supportive reasons, like financially to support her, because she's lost so much, and it wasn't really her fault. Her father took so much of her money, her career. She doesn't, she said she's not into getting to be a singer and all that again. So her doing that and any kind of money she can make, I would support, even if I would do audibles that would support her. I wouldn't read it, but I would listen to it, and just financially, I don't know why. I'm kind of curious why people wouldn't, if you weren't a fan. Is it I don't know, is it just because they don't want to hear her story? That's what I was wondering.
I think, personally for me too, I won't buy, I don't have I have is it ADD or ADHD? And this is totally self-diagnosed. Nobody's given this to me, but I don't have the attention span to sit there and read, because everything blends together. So if I'm trying to read a book, I'll get through maybe 2 pages, and then I'm like, squirrel, So
I do audibles.
Audible.
Yeah, audibles. That's how I have to do it, because I'm the same way. I could barely sit still when I'm back here. I'm looking at myself now. I'm I listen to it. Like that way you can walk around and like you can, yeah. And then I think with Audibles too, like it's like you don't really pay for it, but like she will still make the money, I believe, because I think you just pay like monthly or whatever. But
I'm curious how a $15 million deal works. I don't know if it's a $15 million upfront fee, and then she gets a percentage out of everything else out of the book sales, or if it's $15 million, that's a wrap, and then they get, you know, complete access to the sales. But I couldn't imagine that they wouldn't cut her in on residuals for the book sales at all.
I would hope so. I mean, if her sister had the, you know, I can't, like her sister tried to beat her to it. I really hope that people purchase her book or whatever, just to support her, because the way her sister tried to jump in front of her like that was like that was nuts.
And it was a fail. The book failed. It was like number 167 on the list. So
I didn't even go that far to see that. That's good, because
people boycotted it. People were like, we don't want to hear from you. We want to hear from Britney. Nice try, girl.
I know. I couldn't even, I was like, wow, like that was like a temper tantrum, basically. Like you took my money away. Like,
and she said that Britney locked both of them in a room and was wielding a knife. And Britney was like, that did not happen. So Britney was not happy with the book, but
I mean, I wouldn't either. It's her story. And like, she was taking $10,000 a month from her sister. Like, you know, Jamie was taking $10,000 a month from her, or, you know, from the conservatorship. Like, that to me is insane. Why she thought that whole thing, like, she lost so much money, and it's so much of her time in life. Like, I think she just deserves to have like a bestseller, and like, she should be a mom and just go live in Hawaii and not have to worry about all this crap.
I agree.
Like 13 years she's had to like live like a prisoner, basically, and lost her whole career and her family. So she deserves like everything in the moment.
I agree. Krista, thank you so much for calling in. And tomorrow, hopefully you will be around when we do our Real Housewives of New Jersey recap, because we love a good
absolutely.
Krista moment.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, Krista.
See you later.
All right. Alicia said, I love you, Adam, but please stop saying all right, because it's driving us crazy. All right. I'll stop saying it. Okay, guys, thank you so much for all the super chats, super stickers. Thank you for our amazing mods. Thank you to our callers. You guys are incredible. We love you. And thank you for all of the love you've been sending towards Jason. We really appreciate it. We have pre-records coming your way today, and there's lots to do. So we will be around, and we will see you guys so very soon. Don't forget to smash that like button. Bye, guys.